on the 12th day of Christmas, 87 gave to me. Before we start, please subscribe, like this video and jingle the bell. You all know how the heartless algorithm works. Or do we? Maybe it could be a future SCP story? A Christmas tale from the SCP Foundation. Snow, cookies, present. 12 piles of paperwork stood before members of various departments. One for incident reports, one for casualties sustained, one for property damage, and so on. There was only 2 casualties for the whole thing, thank God, and even then, Dr. Partridge had already regained sapience and the ability to talk, but was excused from doing paperwork for the time being. Because of course he is, muttered Chris, doing 2 piles worth of paperwork at the same time. What do you expect, Hastings? Tom sighed, filling out Containment Form 281-C while Tristan next to him filled out Multi-Universal Negotiation Form 88-B. He got turned into a fucking tree. He has an excuse. My subdermis got turned into a conifer. Chris held up his arm, which was in a sling, wincing as he did so. Fuck. Dr. Sinclair sighed at him, getting up from a finished pile of paperwork regarding cross-contamination of anomalous objects. I can take care of a few sheets, if you want. Just expect calls from me when it comes to requisitioning stuff. E.g. thanks, Sinclair. You're a lifesaver. He sighed. Merry Christmas, E.H. Oh, by the way, Trevor said, filling out the paperwork he had on his tablet. You might want to come down to Multi tonight. We've got a present for you all. How do you feel about going to an alternate universe for Christmas? Asked Tristan. I've had enough Christmas anomalies for 1 year, Christopher said, heading out. The 3 brothers snickered as Chris exited the room, limping slightly as he headed down to the Occult Studies Laboratory, just to check on something related to Christmas. When he arrived there, he found the Krampus, as he expected, but also someone else. Standing with the Krampus, talking to it, was a young woman with bright red hair and green eyes, wearing the ugliest Christmas sweater that Chris had ever seen, along with a hat that had a fake set of elf ears on it. She grinned manically as she talked. Good thing we had Emma to fill in for you. We nearly made a botch of the whole thing. My apologies. Mine, Chef, the Krampus said, bowing to her. I was indisposed. Did you really fight a Christmas tree? She blinked as she noticed Christopher standing in the doorway. Why, hello. Merry Christmas to you. Christopher blinked. Are you authorized to be in here? Well, this place has Christmas decorations all around, and my friend is here. She grinned. I don't see why I wouldn't be allowed in here. Chris laughed for no good reason. He didn't know why he laughed. Something about the woman just filled him with an odd kind of joy. Right. Okay. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. Haha. Leave. Fair enough. I'm just here to collect my friend. She rummaged around the lab. Let's see. Where'd she put that? She reached into a drawer and picked up a beaker, which had an odd glow about it. She took it in her hands and motioned the Krampus closer. Not a half-bad binding spell, if I do say so myself. This doctor has some potential. She gave a grin to Chris. Right, we must be off. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. With that, the woman and the Krampus disappeared behind one of the lab counters like they were walking down a set of stairs. When he came to look at it, they were both gone entirely. At this point, Christopher decided that, even though it was only 1 o'clock in the afternoon, he needed a drink. That evening, everyone at Site 87 wore Christmas sweaters that were almost as ugly as the one worn by the odd woman in Occult Studies. There was even a contest for who had the ugliest one, which the Baileys won, and the whole site drank several mugs of eggnog. As he was drinking his 7th, or was it 8th, mug of eggnog, Christopher Hastings passed by a new Christmas tree which had hastily been erected in Common Area 3, and noticed something. Under the Christmas tree was a present, which had a tag that read as such: 2. Christopher Hastings from Dr. W. and Hair K. Raising an eyebrow, he took the present out from under the tree. Noticing that there was a present like this for Sinclair, the 3 Baileys, and Dr. Hennessy, oddly enough, he shrugged and unwrapped his gift. Inside was a framed picture that he swore was never taken, of himself, the 3 Baileys, Dr. Sinclair, and several other Site 87 staff members, all in Christmas attire. He saw the message at the bottom of the frame. May your Christmas spirit be uncontained. He laughed and walked out of the room, picture under his arm. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and comment. Subscribe and jingle the Christmas bell.